Hi, my name's Hannah and I'm with Rockhurst University's MBA Capstone program. Today I will be taking you through the basics of using the Open Data platform as well as showing you how to work with data sets and the basics of how to tell a story with data. I will end by displaying some useful charts and maps I have previously created. To begin, go to data.kcmo.org. This is what the Open Data platform looks like. It is useful to sign up for a user ID so you can save all your creations. All you need is an email address. And then the next time you go to the platform, you can just hit the sign in button. Now let's take a look at how to access all of this data. The dashboard automatically sorts the data by relevancy, but you can click the drop-down menu to change this to the most accessed, alphabetical, newest, recently updated, or highest viewed. You can also search for data by types. As you can see here, you can search by datasets, charts, maps, calendars, and much more. Data can also be searched by category. Some categories include crime, food, and property. You can also search for data by topic. Some of these include business, license, and traffic counts. Also, you can look for data by using the search bar. I use this tool a lot when I look for data. Now that you know the basics of the Open Data KC dashboard, I will take you through the basic steps of working with a data set. So something that interests me is potholes. So I put pothole in the search bar, and all of the data sets that contain a category of potholes come up. So I'm going to click on this one. It's the Open Potholes, and it shows all of the open pothole requests in Kansas City, Missouri. So as you can see, there is a lot of data. There are a lot of rows and a lot of columns, and so it's best to visualize this and make a map. So we're going to go to the Visualize button and then click on Map. The best way to go about this to make sure you get all of the relevant information to make a map is to make sure that you have everything selected under the red asterisk. So you can see on this data set you have Open Pothole. Then we're going to go to the next one, which is the plot style. So we're going to hit points, so it'll show all of the open potholes as points on a map. And the location, we are going to do it by the address. And so then we're going to scroll down and there's no more red asterisks, so we're going to hit apply. And it will come up with a map. Here's a map of all the open pothole requests in Kansas City, Missouri. And if you click on one, it'll bring up the zip code in the case ID and how it was brought to the Open Data website. Here's a screenshot of the pothole map we just created. As you can see, you're able to zoom in and choose different point colors. Now that you have learned the basics of working with the data set, I will show you some useful maps and charts I have made. Continuing on with a pothole trend, here's a bubble chart portraying the open pothole requests categorized by neighborhood. The bigger and pinker the bubble, the more open pothole requests. These bubble charts are great for showing the count of something, although it can be hard to see which bubble belongs with which neighborhood unless you draw a line like I've done here. Also, you have to filter about 75% of this chart in order to fit it into PowerPoint. So an open pothole request can be categorized by neighborhood using a donut chart, and they better depict this kind of information. As you can see, the two neighborhoods with the most open pothole requests are Martin City and Ruskin Heights, with 5 each. Now you might be thinking there are quite a few open pothole requests. How long does it take to close a request, and how often are these requests done on time? While doing research for my capstone project, I was wondering the same thing. I actually got to shadow a Kansas City construction crew and watch them fill several potholes. I'll now take you through the basic steps of filling a pothole. Step 1 is to apply the TACK coat. TACK coats are thin, sticky layer of asphalt product that are used in the construction or refacing of roads and highways. This type of product is used to help the layers of asphalt laid down bond together with more efficiency. As a result, the highway or road is able to hold up under constant use for longer periods of time, making it easier to maintain the road properly. Step 2 is to add asphalt. This comes out of the back of one of the trucks, and quite a bit is needed to fill a pothole. They kept having to go back to the truck and get more to fill the pothole. Step 3 is to smooth over the asphalt. This seemed to be the most tedious part of the process. Multiple workers assisted in this step in order to make sure the whole pothole is covered. Step 4 is to roll over the pothole. This step could take quite a while due to the fact that the roller had a tendency to die in the middle of doing its job. Although it may seem like a simple task, filling a pothole is much more complicated than I thought it would be. It takes a lot of time and effort to just fill one pothole. This got me thinking about my previous questions. How long does it take to close a request, and how often are these requests done on time? In order to answer these questions, I met with the bridge maintenance engineer for the Public Works Department. I learned that KCMO provides a time frame of 8 days to fix an open pothole request. This seemed very short to me considering the amount of time it takes to fill one pothole. Then I went to Open Data KC and made a pie chart based on the percentage of pothole requests that exceeded and do not exceed the established time frame. As you can see, they do a pretty good job staying within the promised time frame, as they did not exceed the time frame 67% of the time. Now it's time to move on from potholes and switch gears. Imagine you want to start a food business in Kansas City, Missouri. You have thought about opening a restaurant or bar but are not sure which avenue to take or where your business should be located. There are a few ways which you can use open data to help you decide. First, you can look at establishments that have food permit broken down by permit type. As depicted, restaurants and delis own 59% of the food permits in Kansas City, and bars and taverns own 4%. It would then be up to you to decide if you want to compete in a bigger, more saturated market or a smaller, tight-knit market. Let's say you decide to get into the restaurant and deli business. Now it's time to decide where you want your business to be located. Then you can look at establishments that have a food permit under the restaurant deli permit type. You know a great group of students at Rockhurst University, so you're curious to see where the restaurants are located by Rockhurst. And as you can see, there aren't very many of them, so this would be a great opportunity to capitalize on the needs of college students. I found making these maps to be fascinating, so the next thing I did was look at the business license data set. I filtered all descriptions containing beauty salon and made this map. Once again, I chose to zoom close to Rockhurst to see what salons were available in this area. I found this interesting that there were more beauty salons available as opposed to restaurants closer to Rockhurst. Open Data KC can be a fun and useful tool, and I hope you enjoy using it as much as I did. If you need any additional information, you can go to either one of these websites, especially the data.kcmo.org, and click on the Help section. Thank you.